Hello, Justin here, and I wanted to jump on and share a video that I've been meaning to make for a little while because I've been doing some investigation into other competency-based institutions, mainly because it's a type of education that I fully support, I have had experience with. If you're new to this channel, you may not know that I have completed 2 master's degrees through WGU, or Western Governors University. Both of them I accelerated, and I did in under a term, each one. And since then, I have gone on a mission to see if doctoral studies is my next step. And I made another video kind of weighing my options. I looked into Liberty University, which isn't competency-based, but I also looked into Capella and had reservations there. And then at one point I had started to apply, and I did end up applying to a university in Canada where I'm from, and I got accepted, which was exciting because it was a pretty competitive university. However, I wasn't able to secure any funding, and I just couldn't see myself paying for a really expensive degree if I couldn't accelerate it, knowing that I have that capability and that interest. Though on one of my videos, someone had commented on South College, and it's something that I have kept my eye on over the last year or so because they've been developing programs dedicated to competency-based education at the doctoral level. So one, they have a Doctoral of Business Administration, and another program is the Doctorate of Education, which is my area of interest. And my challenge was it truly competency-based? So I did find a form that really started to generate a conversation around people's interests because it's a program that's fairly new. And I did this after talking to some enrollment counselors. So I had originally talked to someone in the online college of South College. However, I realized that even though the Doctor of Education is online, it's actually through the Knoxville College. So I ended up getting rerouted to someone there, and she ended up giving me a guidebook to walk through the program because I find that the online information is really limited and they ask you to request information, but she ended up forwarding me information. I actually found a web page online from a past catalog of the program, which you can take a look at. I'll just do a screen capture here of that. Anyways, it talks through some of the classes that can be taken. And she walked through, so when I talked to someone from the Knoxville South College campus, she told me a bit more information, and that the program was actually designed by people from WGU and shares a very similar model. At WGU, they focus on competency or reaching competency or competence, and that is at a B level grade. However, the program that I was looking into actually works towards students reaching mastery, which is at the A level. And actually, the transcripts that you get all show A grades, which is different than WGU. It actually shows pass or fail on WGU's transcript, and on the back it talks about the pass as being a B. Now, it is at a doctoral, these programs are at a doctoral level, so that might be why. Also, there's 10 courses as part of the Doctor of Education. Each one is weighted at 9 credits. And so from what I've uncovered through different forums online, as well as there's a Facebook group, I'll just flash a screen capture of that. And I was able to get into the Facebook group, so I kind of was able to look through the past comments, is that there is a lot more work involved. Some of the assessments are formative assessments, which are less like final deliverables, and then some are summative, and courses can range, like they say on their handbook that it's 5 to 7 papers. However, I've talked to some people through LinkedIn, and they have said there's up to like sometimes 20 tasks per course. I want to mention as well, as part of my research process, I've connected to different students who are currently enrolled in the Doctor of Education program, and everyone has positively reinforced this university and the program, and almost all of them are so grateful to stumble into it because it's very uncommon to come across a competency-based doctoral degree. And I was just blown away by their feedback and their comments. I had asked some questions about how many assessments there were and if they were challenging and their overall experience. And almost every one of the persons that have replied have given me tons of information. Those who are enrolled currently really advocate towards the program. I've seen this in the Facebook group as well. Many talk highly about the degree. Some have accelerated, the 10 courses within the whole year. So how it works at South College is that you pay for a block of time like WGU. So it's like a subscription of courses, and you can take as many as you want, and that's a 6-month block, and that's 6,000 flat rate, whether you're international or not. Now, if you're an international student like me, you have to pay in cash, or a cash payment. They gave me the option, if I choose to do South College, 3 installments for the payment over the 6 months. But there are other financial aid possibilities for domestic students. But going back to the Facebook group, there's a lot of people who are talking about their direct experience course by course. So it seems like they're giving feedback on like what are best practices for certain courses and where are the challenges. And I think that's awesome when you can find a community like that. I know at WGU there are many Reddit groups, and in this case the Facebook group is the most well known for South College and their competency-based doctoral programs. There's a lot more involved in each course in comparison to WGU, which had maybe 1 to 4 papers in the education masters, or just the one main objective assessment. From my understanding, there aren't any tests. They're all performance assessments. Someone who got back to me on LinkedIn said that at times you can even choose the format of your performance assessment, whether that's, a PowerPoint versus a video versus a paper. But most people do paper final deliverables as part of their summative assessments. I've also heard that the faculty is very helpful, and sometimes they're looking into the Facebook group and they're involved to kind of help make updates to the program because, it's only been a couple years since it's been implemented. And there are also past mentors who have moved over to South College to do the advising and mentoring there. Similar to WGU, they have advisors and mentors. They have faculty members, and I believe the faculty members or professors are the ones who are doing the evaluation. However, I would have to confirm that. I'm not certain. Again, I just want to reiterate that most people I've talked to online have said that they kind of feel like it's a blessing that they stumbled into this program. The only other one in education that I'm familiar with is the one at Capella, which is the Doctorate of Education in Educational Leadership. And the one at South College has different streams. So there's one in adult development, which is kind of similar to instructional design. There's another one in organizational development. There's one in educational leadership. There's one which I'm interested in teaching and learning, which is more for educators. So there's different streams. And so there are 5 main core courses that everyone takes. I find that those are very much related to kind of leadership, organizational change, and strategy. There's a kind of a research course as well. And then there are the more specific courses to the stream that you choose, again, whether that's teaching and learning and whatnot. There is a dissertation, which is that final project. At WGU, they call those capstones. In this case, it's an actual dissertation that's 9 credits. However, you wouldn't be doing full primary research where you collect or gain your own data set. You have to use existing data that's out there to frame a project, and that might be something to do with around not having to get a certain type of ethics approval, which may actually expedite the process of doing a dissertation. However, it sounds like it's quite rigorous. In the guide that I looked at, I think there's an expectation around kind of 150 pages, which is pretty common for a doctoral degree. So you kind of have to go into the doctoral program knowing that you are going to be doing a lot of writing, and I suppose that's pretty much always the case for most doctoral programs within at least social sciences. So that's my knowledge of South College. I'm sharing this with you because I'm very curious about the program, and I might end up actually enrolling. We'll see. I'll keep you updated if that's the case, and this would be a really cool experience to compare and contrast its competency-based model compared to WGU. But from what I understand, there's a lot of similarities. All right, let me know if you've looked into South College, and if you have information to share, you can leave it below. Otherwise, I hope to see you in another video.